I ain't the kind to wear a tie, button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the work can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Unprofessional. Yeah. I'm unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Join me tonight. We got Mr. Devin. Devin, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, it's been a rough couple weeks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're
Just
fine.
I'm
Okay.
in constant pain. Constant pain from everything. Everything just seems shitty, but that's fine. I'm pushing through. I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
There you go.
I know you weren't able to hear it, but for the listeners, that little intro music right before our intro music, little catchy tune from the game Hunt Showdown, which is we're going to be talking just a little bit about because Avalos was kind enough. He got me and he gifted me this game on Steam a while back now, and then we just recently, me, you, and him, all hopped on and we played together. Now you guys had played together prior.
Oh yeah, when the game was in beta back in the day, we did.
Yeah, and then you guys got me into doing it, and we played a couple matches, and it's a pretty fun game. Um, it's a unique. I don't even know what type of game it would be classified as because it's a unique like PVE but PvP at the same time experience. The premise is you have these hunters. You are a hunter, okay, and you have various hunters on your roster that you can choose from. And you start a match. Now, can you play solo, or does it always group you with somebody else at least?
You can play solo.
How does it adjust difficulty when you play solo?
Not really. No,
How the hell are you supposed to beat some of those bosses solo?
it's not easy.
All right, now can you only play up to 3 people, or can you have parties of 4?
3 is max. That's right now.
3 is max. Okay. So essentially, the premise here is you hop into a match, and then you have to look for clues to track down the special bosses. And you need 3 clues to be able to. Jesus Christ! You need 3 clues to find out where the boss's lair is, so you can go kill them. Now, there's 2 bosses per map, so the tricky part here is, say the 2 bosses that we experienced were the Butcher and the Assassin on all the maps that we played. So you might go across part of the map and you might find, an Assassin clue. And then you look for where the next closest clue is. You go, might be the Assassin second clue. And then you look for the next closest clue. You go there, all the while trying to avoid or hunt down other players on the map. But, that third clue that you go after might be a Butcher clue, the first Butcher clue. And it's like, okay, so you're not guaranteed to find the 3 clues you're looking for. But on the flip side of that as well, you might go to the closest clue that shows up on your screen, and it might not be a clue at all. You might just find the lair, because you can just randomly stumble into these lairs. Correct? You can. Okay. So I mean, it's really a toss of the dice. Now, when you fight these bosses, is there only 3 bosses in the game right now?
There's Spider, Butcher,
Assassin.
Yes, 3 bosses.
Okay. So when you defeat one of these bosses, you start banishing them, and Now, as you're banishing them, that alerts all the other players on the map to your location. So they could come out and wait for you to leave, and then try to kill you, or they could try to storm the place and kill you. They could do all sorts of things. Um, Once the boss is banished, it drops 2 tokens that you have to pick up. These tokens allow you to use your special ability that you normally use to see where the clues are to now see players, but only for a limited amount of time. I think it's 5 seconds per token. But once you get one of the bosses down, you can either continue playing, hunt down other hunters, kill other ghouls and zombies and such, or go defeat another boss if the other boss hasn't been defeated already, or you can go to the extraction point and leave the game with your bounty. Now, when we started playing this, Devin, you had said something. You said you were really happy that I played with you guys finally because I encouraged you. Now, I hopped in, and Avalos and Devin, they have rifles and shotguns and pistols and all this other jazz. I went in there with an axe, and I was just like, well, and then I just started like one-shotting the smaller things. I just run up and start meleeing stuff. I got so into it that like I just start clicking and clicking and clicking and swinging that Devin would run up and I'd accidentally hit him. That happened more often than I care to admit.
Yeah.
I mean, the melee mechanics in the game are a little janky because like
I mean, I wouldn't say they're janky. It's just that there is a huge like when you click. Well, different weapons are different too. Like I can do like quick punches with my hands or my fist or my knife, and
right.
it's responsive. But like, if you're wielding like a sledgehammer or an axe, it sometimes you will swing twice.
Yeah. So, um, but yeah, going into it, I had my reservations about it because I'm not generally a fan of these types of games in a PvP environment, like where you're trying to accomplish essentially a PvE goal, but then somebody else can come up and just kill you. But I mean, it was fun. It was catchy. Um, Now, how long has this game been out,
It's
roughly?
been out for a while. I think early 2018, middle
Okay,
2018, right around. It's been out for a while.
all right. And it's now a fully developed game, or is it still
It's now a full out release game currently. I mean, I would
okay?
say fully developed, but it's released fully.
All right, all right. Um, so yeah, I mean that's something for you guys to look into. It's called Hunt Showdown. I'm happy because like every time you manage to successfully collect a bounty from a map, you have a chance at a rotating like you can have a roster of hunters. You only have a certain number of slots unless you pay in-game currency, which you also acquire through winning matches and stuff. Um, but you get to like if you don't like the hunters that they have available to you, you can re-roll them, and they'll give you a new list, and you get one hunter for free every time you succeed on a bounty. If you don't like a hunter, you can just dismiss them or whatever. You don't have to take them. Um, I'm happy that 2 of my hunters seem to be from the same family. They have the same last name. Uh, Now, the caveat to this, and the one part that we have not experienced, or I have not experienced, that I'm not looking forward to, I will say this, is so you have hunter level and player level. When you reach player level 11, if you play a match and you die, you lose that hunter. And you have to essentially play a different hunter.
Yes.
Um, Now, that's why going into this, I wasn't playing the same hunter over and over again either, because as I slowly start approaching player level 11, I want to have somewhat decent leveled hunters, because as you level your hunters, you get your perks, so they're a little bit better. Because I don't want to go into a match at player level 11 with a level 1 hunter and then just get offed right off the bat.
No, I will say this. From my understanding, is from what I've been reading, most people, like a lot of people in the game, are not exactly like super PvP hungry. You can get people in your games that are PvP hungry, but like usually people are not going to go out of your way to hunt you. But if you are in their way or you're on the way to their objective, they will come after you. But I mean, and that's every game, obviously. Like there are people who are PvP hungry in every game, but my understanding is there's not a lot of people who are super PvP hungry.
Man,
So there's that.
when I unlock like the sniper rifle or something, if I unlock a pretty decent weapon, like a long range weapon, I'm gonna be very PvP hungry. I'm gonna be hiding in the bushes. I'm gonna be just like hunting down just like the gunshots that you hear in the distance, and I'm just gonna be going and waiting to see someone and just trying to pick people off. And then
Nice.
the second I kill somebody, I'm just gonna run into the woods and just hide. I'm not even gonna be there for the objective. Now, if you don't manage to do the banishing and
Yep.
and escape the map,
You can just escape with your experience with like what you got on that map.
okay. So if as long as the teams who did do the banishing did their escape, the match ends and you just get your XP for what you've done on the map.
Yep.
All right. So there's no actual downfall unless you die. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yes.
right. Well, I mean that's neat. I mean, I look forward to playing this again with you guys at some point.
Probably sometime this weekend, I'm assuming.
No, I mean, I'm game. It's fine. So that's the little bit that I had. I did watch that guide on melee weapons, and the guy's in love with the axe. So and that's
Although
handy.
he did say that the damage values changed a little bit
Yeah.
from what they were. So there's that. But other than that, I mean, do your
Right.
thing, homeboy.
Hey, I don't know. Melee seems pretty powerful. It's just when you get into a PvP situation, like when we were in that barn and we both died, a shotgun blast to the face also will kill you in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they don't
Or at
have,
least down you.
yeah. So, um, the next thing I wanted to touch upon, I guess this episode really is just kind of a general update episode, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because the next thing I want to talk about is for those of you who do play Overwatch. The last several weeks they've been doing a weekly play 6 games in these various play modes, and you get a skin for particular characters. Like they did one for Sombra, they did one for Baptiste, they did one for who's the first one that they did one for? It started with the Halloween event. I don't remember who the first one was now.
Was it Reaper? No.
I don't think so.
I can log on and look at the scans real quick and tell you.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I know that the Somber one was the final one, and then this week, currently, they're doing a Moira skin. No, not a Moira skin, a Mercy skin.
Mercy skin.
I apologize. It's you get so if you play and win 6 matches, which
I need to play some more of those too.
I suggest for those of you who do play.
Don't play Mystery Heroes.
Well, I mean, I still like Mystery Heroes. I don't know.
Mystery Heroes is a lot of fun.
Whether I win or lose in Mystery Heroes, I generally
fun,
don't get
but
tilted.
It's also salty.
Yeah.
It's salty because when you lose in Mystery Heroes, it's usually because like you're doing amazing, and then like just like that shuffle of bad luck happens, and then they get everything they need to counter your team, and then it's like, well, we're screwed.
I mean,
or they get like 3 Reapers and like 3 healers.
I will say, Devin, you would have been proud of me. I do go through strings of when I'm playing Mystery Heroes. I'll start off with a hero that I'm not really good with, and then they'll give me a hero that I'm really good with, and then we'll generally start doing really well. But then eventually, I'll end up dying or whatnot, and then I go through a string of like the next 5 heroes are just heroes that I don't play. And I don't play them for a fucking reason. I don't play them because I'm not good with them. But today I was on Eichenwald Okay, and
Lightning bolt.
and I ended up getting McCree, and I was like, fuck, because I'm not good with McCree.
You're fine with
No, I'm
McCree.
really
Shut up.
not. Like,
You're fine.
I'm not saying I'm not good with McCree in the way that I say that I'm not good with Hanzo. Okay, I'm really genuinely not good with McCree. Um, but I was up on the overpass and we were on the attack, so we were pushing the payload, and the rest of my team was over near. They're just about at the checkpoint where the payload busts down the big door, right? And I was on the bridge that goes over the walkway there,
Mhm.
and I'm just waiting, and I'm taking my little shots at random people. I shot a Pharaoh out of the sky, right? I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stay the fuck back here because no one's back here fucking with me, right? And then I got my ult. I was like, okay, I'll just wait, I'll wait. Their whole fucking team came rushing out, so I just ulted, and I ended up getting a quadruple kill and play the game with McCree.
Nice.
And I was like, well, all
I
right.
like it.
But that's like the only time I've ever done decent with McCree. Um, but I do recommend for any of the listeners out there who do play Overwatch, if you're going to go after these skins, do play the arcade mode. Because arcade mode also has a thing where if you win 6 games, you get a loot box every 3 games that you win,
Yep.
up to 6 for the week, or up to 6 wins, up to 3 loot boxes for the week. So if you need 6 wins for the arcade and you need 6 wins for the Mercy skin or for the various skins that they've been releasing, you might as well just play arcade and do them both at the same time. It's game management. I don't hate the Mercy skin, but I like the Mercy skin that I have, even though I hardly ever play Mercy. So, because I have like the not the it's not the Valkyrie Mercy, but it's the one that's like the Roman goddess Mercy there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so that's the general Overwatch, I guess, update of the week. Um, is go get your Mercy skin. So the Mercy skin is your third prize for winning the 6 games. After winning 3 games, I think you get a couple sprays. After winning the 3-6, so after winning the sixth game, I think you get a player icon, and then after winning the 9 games, so it's not 6 games, it's 9 games. I'm bad at math right now. My brain is fried. Um, After winning the 9th game, you get the Mercy skin.
Nice.
So, uh, what kind of updates you got, Devin? Hopefully you have something. Cause
I mean, they just did a patch in PTR, which is gonna shake up the meta in when it comes out as usual.
on Overwatch.
Yep.
Okay. I know you've been real big into Magic lately. Is there any type of updates that they've been doing in Magic? Like I know they just did the uh, Extra Life tournament that just ended not too long ago, and we participated in that. You only had to win one fucking match, but
I mean, I wouldn't say there was anything major that happened here. If I'm being honest.
right.
Um,
We all know you love Oko.
I mean, I do. Oka's a little fucking bastard, but I mean, it is what it is.
What other games have they done updates on? BlizzCon was just came and went. Not like what last week, the week before. They've announced Diablo 4, which I am super excited about. I don't anticipate that coming out anytime soon, though.
No, not at all.
Especially with the amount of time that it took between Diablo 2 and 3. I mean, I think honestly, I think we'd be lucky
I was going to go over the
if
patch
we
notes,
saw
by the
it
way.
in any way, shape, or form next year, but I don't think we will. You were gonna go over the patch notes for what?
For the Overwatch. I just got up November 13th.
All right.
There we
Well, real quick, Diablo 4, they're bringing back the Druid from Diablo 2, which I am personally super happy about because you get to turn into a giant fucking bear and go around and maul things. The
great.
gameplay does look fantastic, and they're introducing a mount system in the game because it's going to be much more open world. It's not going to be like in Diablo 3 where you go from one zone to the next and then there's a load screen. It's going to be more, I guess, transitionless. So you have to, they're giving you a mount to ride. And then with the mounts, each class is going to have their own unique dismount type of attack if you choose to use it. So, like the sorceress, she does like this weird ice slide and goes through and freezes everything that she slides through. So that's kind of neat.
Yep. Okay, I got the patch notes. All right. So
this is for Overwatch, yeah.
Overwatch. Yep. So now they're introducing what's called While You Wait. So with this patch, they will be removing the skirmish feature that allows you to spar while waiting to start the game, and replacing it with a brand new option called While You Wait. When in queue, players will now be prompted to pick, if they want to, between the following game modes: practice range, now available to be entered as a group; skirmish, you can spar freely with other players without keeping track of score. You can be thrown into a death match, which is just like a skirmish, but it actually accounts to something. And then custom game, which is pick custom game from the custom game browser or create your own game mode. And you can get thrown in and do that. Well, instead of just skirmishing the whole time. So if you want to jump in the practice range and try out something, or you want to do into an actual death match and actually try to like win, like if you're taking a while, you can win a loot box in the process of waiting.
So what if you're in the middle of a death match and your match is found? Does it just pull you out of the death match?
Yeah. It's effectively skirmishing but it can account to something. My understanding of it is.
Okay, that's strange.
Deathmatch, it may count, it may not, but deathmatch is free for all. So it'd be like if me, you, and Rob are let's say we had me, you, Rob, and Avalos, we all could just jump into a deathmatch, and it would be us and whoever else hopped in with us, but we all be kind of free for all against each other, just kind of like goofing off, having fun. So that's that.
You know that would piss Rob off so much.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do it. He has many options. All While You Wait game modes are optional and can be accessed by a single player or as a group, but only the group leader can decide which mode to pick. Workshop updates, which is the nice little updates they have for the workshop. Now, this is where the hero, which is custom game practice range mode, new workshop value, game mode, and current game mode. New workshop setting allows players who are matchmaking to participate in the custom game created. That goes with the While You Wait feature. Now, hero updates. General. Whoo, buddy. So they're bringing armor back. Armor damage reduction has been increased from 3 to 5. So it used to be, I think, 4. So that means per projectile, it's going to remove 5 damage off every projectile. So you're going to see Tracer kind of got a little bit of a nerf unless they buffed her damage. She got a little bit of a nerf from that. Soldier got a nerf from that. Anyone who sprays, Sombra got a nerf from that. Because now as of right now, every bullet that hits someone that has armor, their armor portion of their health bar is effectively...
And armor's the yellow, correct?
The yellow, yep. So each point of armor was effectively, for every 5 it would subtract 3 damage off whatever they were doing. Now it subtracts 5 damage off whatever they're doing.
Nice.
Which is cool. However, that change came with a shift in the meta. So Ariza, you're going to notice a theme here. Ariza, her base armor has been increased from 200 to 250. So she's a little bit more bulky and tanky. Her fusion driver, movement speed penalties reduced from 30 to 20%, meaning she can shoot and move faster. Well, she can move faster while she's shooting, so she is the most mobile tank. No, I'm kidding. She's not still, because they did across the board. Her barrier health has been reduced from 900 to 600.
Well, that's kind of big.
Yeah. Okay. Fortify, her cooldown decreased from 10 seconds to 8 seconds in Fortify. Sigma.
Now, Fortify, does that give her more armor? Or shields?
If I'm not mistaken, Fortify turns her whole health bar into armor.
Oh boy. Okay.
If I'm not, let me double check that. Ariza Fortify. You see, Ariza Fortify. Ariza becomes immune to all movement-related crowd control effects, including stun, sleep, freeze, pin, knockdown, knockback, pull, slow, blah, blah. She can escape steel traps, graviton surge, and gravitic fluxes. Ariza takes no damage from charge or chain hook. Ariza can be hacked by Sombra while using Fortify, but this would not interrupt the ability. Cooldown begins. Armor is applied after damage reduction. Attacks consisting of 12 or more. So she gets 50% damage reduction, and then the armor kicks in. So it's funny because if you do, I think in Fortified, Tracer does 1 damage to her outside of a headshot.
Jesus.
I think because what's going to happen is damage reduction applies before armor. So whatever, if in Fortify, she's going to cut the base bullet damage in half, and then her armor is going to chip 5 off that. Now, so yeah.
All right, so Arisa's going to be in Fortify a lot more often.
Well, I mean, they only reduced the cooldown by 2 seconds, and it lasts for 4 seconds. So it's not, amazing.
Well, I mean, she could essentially do it every
8 seconds.
Yeah.
And it'll last for 4 seconds, but I don't think the cooldown starts until after she comes out of it.
Until she comes out of it, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, she can pop it off every 12 seconds, effectively. Which is fine, but it's also her save ability, so it wouldn't be good to do so. Sigma. I said you're going to notice a theme here. Sigma, experimental barrier. Health reduced from 1,500 to 900.
Oh, boy.
Barrier health regeneration rate reduced from 150 to 120 health per second. Kinetic Grass. Cooldown reduced from 13 seconds to 10 seconds. Damage to shield gain ratio increased from 40% to 60%.
They're trying to get rid of the whole shield meta, huh?
They're making people fast. They're making the game faster. They're getting rid of the stally shield play.
Yeah.
Because you're going to notice all the tanks are going to be moving faster, like getting into Reinhardt. Reinhardt, barrier field. Health, his shield has been reduced from 2,000 to 1,600. Movement speed penalties reduced from 50% to 25%. So when he has his shield out, he's going to move 25% faster than he was before. So 25% slower than he moves normally, but it's noticeably faster.
Right.
His knockback resistance has been increased from 30% to 50%, meaning it's almost impossible really to boop Reinhardt off the map.
Well, yeah. That makes sense, too. The motherfucker's a giant metal statue, essentially.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to suck about that is booping him off course on a charge is also going to be harder now. So, how Lucio could save people from, getting charged with a boop. Now it's so little, literally, it's half a movement. So if he's lined up with you perfectly, it's still a good chance you get hit.
A hook will still pull him.
Yes, hook will still pull him. In his passive, that was his passive. Yep. So they increased some armor for Ariza because she doesn't have the mobility and she has to play around a stagnant barrier. Reinhardt, they just increased his speed but lowered his barrier strength. Now we get to Moira because she's getting nerfed.
Oh boy.
Her healing is reduced from 4 to 3.2. So meaning her she's no longer healing 80 health per second. She's healing 65 health per second. Because Moira's primary heal has proven to be too potent, largely due to its ability to heal multiple targets. So, and that's her left click. Her left click's been nerfed down damage-wise. Or healing-wise, I guess.
I mean, that's still not that big of a thing.
It's not that big of a deal, but it's going to be enough to bring her more in line with other healers, because Moira now in the meta is kind of a must-pick.
Right.
Because she's pretty much a self-sustainable healer who can also DPS if need be.
You don't happen to have other people's stats up, do you?
I can look it up. Why would you need?
Well, what does Mercy's healing stream do? Comparatively speaking.
Garbage. I'm kidding. It's 50 HP per second.
Per second, and Moira's does what?
It's hers after her nerf is 65 per second on multiple people, and it's not including her healing orb. So it's Moira
but she also has a limited amount of healing that she
What I'm
can't
saying,
do
but even with
before
her,
charges.
what you do is you alternate. So if you're doing it right, you left click, or if you need to burst heal, you throw a heal orb out and then left click. Or if you need to trickle heal, you left click, and then when you run on a left click, you throw a healing orb out, let that bounce around and heal people, and then you get your healing, or you get your heal juice back.
Right. No, I get
And
it.
Mercy, I mean, Mercy's is unlimited, but Mercy at this point in time, she can't heal through damage. That's the problem. Like that's where people don't pick Mercy over Moira, like 'cause she can't heal through damage. Same thing with Ana. Like the shield nerf is going to help Ana out because Ana, I love playing Ana, but it's hard to play Ana in a shield meta because Ana can't heal through shields.
Dude, I'll tell you this much: I had a fucking phenomenal game earlier as Baptiste.
Baptiste is great. I love Baptiste. I just don't like his gun, but I love Baptiste. Like I wish his gun was. His gun feels weird. Like this is gonna sound weird. I wish his gun felt heavier. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I wish his gun felt like it had more kickback. Like when I shoot it, I don't really get like something like when I shoot when I shoot Soldier or when I shoot like Reaper, it like I feel like that kind of imaginary kickback. When I shoot his, I don't feel it, and it feels really weird to me shooting his gun. But that's just I gotta get used to it. But I love healing as him. He's really fun to heal as. Diva, her defense matrix cooldown has been decreased from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. So, yeah, they're helping out Diva because of roll Q. She's kind of was because she used to be able to fan it. So they stopped her from fanning it by giving it a 2 second cooldown. 1.5 seconds is now a little bit better, I guess.
Well, Rob will be happy about that because he's a Diva main.
Yes. Developer comment with Rollox in place. Yep. Widowmaker, her grappling hook was increased from 10 to 12 seconds because Widowmaker needs some nerfs. That's what we needed, people. We need those Widowmaker nerfs. Yes. Fucking who's out here like abusing Widowmaker? Like the only people who abuse Widowmaker are people who just have good aim. Like that's it. Like
yeah.
But like they can abuse any character with good aim. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean the hook is.
The hook gives her mobility. Like so, like for instance, like one of the biggest things with her is, like, if a good Widow can outplay like a mediocre Winston. Like if she shoots Winston in the head and he jumps on her, she shoots him in the head one time, he jumps, lands. If she can get off another headshot, she does. If not, she just quickly flicks over, pulls herself across the way using her grappling hook, get a headshot in transit, and then lines up another one and kills him. So, and like I've seen it done multiple times. Like I know it's not hard to do, but it shouldn't happen. So I get it. Like but I mean, I already feel like Widowmaker's cooldown on her grappling hook leaves her vulnerable as it is. So I think 2 seconds got to make it worse.
Yeah,
but that's just me. But then again, as Widowmaker, you never really should be dove anyway. So it's not like if you dove as Widowmaker, you're probably fucked. Like that's probably the truth. So yeah. I get it. I would love to know like a Widowmaker player how they feel because I don't play Widowmaker. But this is the reason why they gave. With barriers having less uptime, Widowmaker will be even more effective at locking down long sight lines. This change weakens her mobility, so she can still be reasonably countered. Torbjorn. Overload. His cooldown decreased from 12 to 10 seconds. Torbjorn has difficulty in extended team fights once his turret is eliminated and overload has been used. This change allows Torbjorn to be able to rely on his overload more often. There you go.
Okay.
Genji. His shuriken ammo has been increased from 24 to 30.
God, he doesn't need any.
So he has 6 extras. He
doesn't need buffs. Okay, a good Genji player can wreck an entire team.
Well, that's gonna be harder to do now with the armor. With the armor.
Yeah.
Because let's see, Genji, as of right now, Genji's damage on his shuriken anyway. His left click shuriken is 28 per projectile, so it's going to be doing 23 per projectile with the new armor. And that's not including headshots. With headshots, that is obviously that's doubled. It's not that bad for him, but like for instance, like somebody like Soldier and Reaper in a weird way, because Reaper has pellets,
right?
So it's going to be weird for Reaper, too. He's going to do less damage, too. So that's going to help Reaper out a little bit, too. But Soldier does 10 to 20 damage, depending on the range. So 10 to 20 damage. So he's going to be doing between 5 and 15 damage now per shot.
Yeah, but at least Soldier has his rockets in the middle of that.
Right, yeah. I mean, he has rockets and everything else. He was rocket under direct hit, does 120, 40 to 80 a splash, and 20 to 40 damage to himself. So there you go. Hey, Zarya's getting some buffs. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, that's good for you. You like playing Zarya.
I love Zarya. I'm probably a Zarya main if I wanted to be honest. So they're buffing her secondary fire, which is really good because that's what I felt has been lacking.
That's the lobbing one, right?
Yeah, because that's a really at 100% power. That's her main thing. Like that's what she should be doing if against certain like in range, especially or people are clumped up. You do that in melee because melee has a weird hitbox. So if like 3 people are standing right next to each other, melee hits all 3 of them. Melee has a 270 hitbox. So if you jump up in the air and look straight down in melee, like if you graviton surge and there's 4 people in the graviton surge, you melee in the middle of the graviton surge, you hit everybody. So one of the biggest plays with Zarya was you graviton, right click into the graviton, deal damage, bubble yourself, kind of run forward, and then right click again into the graviton and punch, and do that until you murdered people. But they lessen the radius. So this one now, her explosion radius is increased from 2 to 2.5 meters, and her ammo cost was decreased from 25 to 20. And she has 200 ammo, I think, per charge. So that's 8 shots, 10 shots. Does she have 200 ammo? Let me see. I'm trying to think. I should know this. I should know this, but I don't. I apologize, people. I should know this. I'm better than this. 200. No. 200 health and shields. Her particle cannon has a 100. So she can fire 5, fully charged, she can fire 5 rounds off. Or fully, with full ammo. 5 rounds instead of 4. That's good. Let's see. They fixed some bugs. They fixed colorblind mode. They fixed the Black Forest 1v1. They fixed Doomfist. He had a couple of bugs.
I was very sad. I played a Mystery Heroes game, and they gave me Doomfist, and I was doing well enough that I got his Meteor Strike 3 times in that match.
I mean, Doomfist is an annoying character because he's brain dead to play, but you just have to know the tech. Like, I just hate playing him, but like he's not like if you learn Doomfist, you will do very well. And the thing about learning Doomfist is he has one tech. Like it's 2 combinations you just cycle through. So Doomfist combination is you either you should theoretically the ideal combination is you do your pound to engage, uppercut, shoot, and then fist to get away. Right? That's the entry basic tech. So jump, jump up, slam down on like a healer or like a squishy guy, uppercut them, shoot. They should be dead. Charge your fist, and then immediately get away. Charge your fist while you're still in the air, and then at the end of your fist, tap the space bar. It'll launch you further forward, and you use that to get away. And then you just recharge your cooldowns, rinse and repeat. Or if you're being a risky boy, or you feel like you're safe, you fist in for a wall slam kill, uppercut, and then slam out. And then if you have your ult up, you can do basically both. You can dive in, uppercut, shoot, fist someone into the wall, ult to either escape, or if your team's coming, you can ult to cut off the back line and force your team into people. And that's basically Doomfist in a nutshell. Like that's it. That's Doomfist in a nutshell.
I hate Doomfist so much.
Rinse and repeat. I mean, I just don't like playing Doomfist. Like he's on my short list of people I want to learn, but at the same time, I've been playing more just healers and everybody else recently, so it's kind of been what it is.
Right.
Like I've been playing more healers and tanks than anything, so it's kind of been like a crazy situation to be in.
Uh, so what other patch note, if any, or were the rest of them just pretty much bug fixes?
That was pretty much just bug fixes.
All right, so those are all the major character updates that they're doing.
Yes, yes. So PTR your stuff. That stuff lasts for like a week or two, maybe, and then
And
that's
then they institute it.
usually like I've never seen anything go in the PTR and then get changed before it comes out live. It just usually just goes live. Like I don't know why they don't just put it live. They basically just throw it out there to see if it's gonna break, like something's gonna break.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
And that's pretty much
because if they do go into the PTR and something is completely one-sided, then they'll go through and change it before release.
I feel like no. I feel like they literally just do it to see if when you like is there a critical issue, like the game causes the game to fail. I don't actually think they PTR test stuff for like balancing reasons.
Well, I mean, maybe Overwatch doesn't. Um, so
Usually you're right. I'm saying usually you're correct. Like usually you're absolutely correct in the situation. Like it should be the other way around. But
so the last bit of I guess update uh, that I have, um, as of I think Tuesday. Today's Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah, I think as of Tuesday, the Disney Plus streaming service is now active. Um, I guess I guess the first day it became active, they had a bunch of problems because like I guess the servers crashed or there was just too many people trying to get onto it or something like that. Um, what are your thoughts on that? Are you gonna end up getting Disney Plus?
probably.
Do you have Hulu?
I do.
Oh, so you could get the package where it's essentially Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah, like easily.
So, and then from what I read, Netflix is partnering with Nickelodeon to do a lot of either revamp or continuations of a bunch of old school Nickelodeon shows.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. I do have Netflix. I do not have Hulu. I do not have Disney Plus. There are quite a few things on Disney Plus that I would be interested in. Mainly, obviously, the comic book stuff, but Gargoyles, man, that's going to be on Disney Plus, or that is on Disney Plus, and man, I used to love that show. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll end up getting it or whatnot, but all right. I mean, that's all the updates I got. This is just kind of an update week. I feel like
sounds about right.
Because I mean, a lot of news has come out like as far as entertainment and stuff, and like video games and whatnot. I've been playing a lot of 7 Days to Die. They just recently released, I want to say, in probably the past 2 weeks or so, Alpha 18.1 has been released. So that brought in a lot of new changes. They changed the skill system in that game. So you actually have to learn skills, and then you can learn books. You can find books in the world that will also teach you skills. The last time me and Clay played, I was very much just I brawled every zombie. Like I legit built my guy to where I had brass knuckles with mods on him, and I could go toe to toe with a zombie bear and just punch a zombie bear to death.
Nice.
This time around, I'm going a bit more different. I'm more of the food hunter, so I'm very stealthy and I do a lot more damage with a bow. And I go out and I gather materials off of wild animals, and I get more resources that way. So it definitely adapts for several different types of playstyles, depending on how you want to do it. So, I mean, that's what I've been playing recently. That and the first Pillars of Eternity, I've been big into recently. So, because I've already played through most of the Pillars of Eternity 2. I started with Pillars of Eternity 2. I shouldn't have. but I didn't own Pillars of Eternity 1 at the time. So now I'm going through and playing that. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to make Tez. Because you can make druids in that game. I don't know how well it'll work. So, but yeah, I mean, we're at the 45-minute mark. Do you have any further updates that you'd like to share?
Not at the moment. I think I'm good.
All right. I know in WoW it is the 15th or is it the 15th anniversary? I don't want to give you wrong information here. I thought it was. I'm just gonna say it's the 15th anniversary. Event is happening. And with that, there's a whole new. There's a set of dungeons that you can do. And this is for retail, not classic. That are essentially time walking dungeons and raids that if you manage to get them done within the allotted amount of time, everybody who logs on gets a Deathwing pet. But this special event, you'll be able to get a Deathwing mount, essentially, which is really cool, and I kind of want to do it, but it involves playing retail, which I haven't really been playing retail much. It is the 15-year anniversary. But hey, I mean, maybe I'll go through and just get it for the pet or for the mount. But yeah, all right, that's all I got, man. So with that, can we get a life coaching session with Devin?
Watch out for elks.
Oh man, elks. Did you like that cartoon that I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
She's like, God damn it, Jimmy, no, you're an elk now.
Everything's a 3/3 elk.
Oh man, Magic the Gathering fans will appreciate that. All right, Devin, where can people find you on the internet if they want to come chat with you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DMP_Pookie and on Twitch at PooKilledMe. Maybe find me on Twitch this weekend doing some stuff. Playing some hunt or something. I don't know.
You gonna try to stream this weekend?
I'm gonna try, yeah. I mean, I got the gym at 1 on Saturday, but after that I got much to do, so that's what I'm thinking.
If you help me figure out my fucking camera issue with OBS again that I have every single time I go to stream, and I don't know why it doesn't just save the fucking thing. It always reverts back to this one issue. If you help me do that, maybe I'll stream too. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at Jax Forest Walker, all one word, and also on Twitch at DM Webby. And also on Instagram. I don't know off the top of my head, but I post stuff. Just go look up my name.
Webster 52.
There you go. And I post funny stuff. At least I think they're funny, which is why I post them. If you don't think it's funny, I don't really care. So, yeah. Man, I'm tired. You know that? All right. I need to go take pain meds. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And as always, fuck Booster Gold. But not Dane Cook. We're done that now, right?
Yeah.
It's been a month.
Fuck Booster Gold on Dane Cook.
Yeah. Dan Cook, you're no longer on our shit list. Next month we're doing Paul Stephen King. It's a Stephen King December. It's going to be a Stephen King Christmas. That's what we'll call it.